So because we are having leftover vegetable soup today for day 24 of the pantry challenge, I thought I would make some homemade biscuits to go with it. Well, I guess they're kind of technically homemade because I am going to use a Bisquick mix to make my biscuits, but I am going to kick it up a notch and we're going to add some sweet potatoes to them that I have canned. So let's get started. 2 1/4 cups. This is kind of a small box. Let's see how we do. One. Oh, it almost takes the whole thing. 2 1/4. Is it a quarter? 2 1/4. Okay. And to that, we need 2/3 cup of milk. 2/3 cup. And before I add my wet ingredients, I want to strain my sweet potatoes. So let's do that first. So I have canned, this was one of my very first, close to being very first times that I pressure canned. And that was stressful, but easy. Go ahead and do it because once you wrap your head around it, you're good to go. So I made these in March of 22, and they're sweet potatoes with brown sugar. And I use these sweet potatoes to make sweet potato pancakes. It's so good, so good. It really changes the flavor of the pancakes. So we're gonna drain these out. And I'm going to squish them with a fork and try and get as much of the moisture out as we can. What I think is gonna really make these biscuits wonderful too is the brown sugar that is in the sweet potatoes. I think that's really gonna make some nice biscuits. All right, I'm gonna get about 1/2 cup. That looks good. All right, so now we're going to add our milk. And we're going to add our sweet potatoes. Now I put a piece of parchment paper on my pan. And when making biscuits, you don't want to handle it a ton, you know? You just want to get it mixed in and you're good to go. Because biscuits are kind of like a pie crust. Like if you mess with it too much, then your pie crust doesn't come out as good, you know what I mean? All right, so we're pretty much mixed in. I'm still seeing some batter chunks. So now we want to drop it on our baking sheet. By the spoonfuls. And then just try to make them the same size. So your biscuits will all be done at the same time. Just move that one over a smidgen. Okay, that's all I can fit. I do have a little bit of batter left over. So now this is going to go into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. And as soon as my oven is ready, I'll pop them in and we'll set our timer and we'll be back. So tomorrow for day 25, we're gonna have some pork chops. So I am taking those out of the freezer. All right, our oven is done. So they are going in and we're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes and we'll check them. We'll be back. Okay, my timer just went off on 10 minutes. Let's take a peek. Oh. Oh, they look so good. They look so good. Are they done? Is the question. Yeah, they feel done. I think they're done. Let me double check. Yeah, they're done. Look at how beautiful they look and look at the color because of the sweet potatoes. Can't wait for them to cool off so we can try one. Sweet potato biscuits are done. Look at how beautiful these came out. I am so excited to have these with our leftover soup for tonight's dinner. It did make a lot, so I will be putting some in the freezer. But there we go. It's homemade sweet potato biscuits.